You know them, you love them. It's DJ, DHJ, and Shield Bear.
Just the three of us. We can make it if we try. Just the three of us.
Shield Bear.
You and I. Just the three of us.
What is named Shield Bear?
Building castles in the sky. Just the three of us.
DHJ.
You and I. Robbie.
You guys look classy, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Looking really good. Hey, everybody. All right, boys, give them hell. Very nice.
All right.
Thanks, fellas.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Ooh, it's gonna be great.
Is everyone feeling the
Thanks, Rob.
the 4 o'clock lull? We are okay. That's good.
I'm dying.
So we're like,
dying.
please
Yeah.
infuse us with energy.
I'll infuse you.
I need it. I need
We
it.
got great questions already lining up over here.
Infuse you with whatever you need, buddy.
Suddenly I'm awake.
Suddenly things just got interesting.
Oh, this feels different. I feel like I usually sit on that side.
Do you really?
No, I like this.
Why don't
I
you
like
sit in the
this.
middle?
Switch it
Where do
up.
I
No,
usually
you
sit?
You always sit there.
Do you want me to sit in the
I
middle?
feel like I always sit over here.
Let's do it. All right. Let's mix it up. Let's get crazy.
This is weird. You usually sit right there, don't you? Sit over there, don't you? I sit here.
Then you, yeah.
Okay.
Strange.
We're trying to mix it up. Like that would be exciting for you. For no one else.
What's up? Who was,
Like
who just
entertain
got
us.
here? Who
They're
just
like-
got here?
They're like,
You just got here,
please.
didn't you?
I just got here. No, I was here yesterday.
No, I mean today.
Today I did just get here.
Did you just get here for real? I thought they were joking with me.
No, I really just
I'm
got here.
pissed.
Look,
You're more pissed now. They're like, what did the Gil and DJ
for
and Dave talk about?
for some reason, this season, Creation has been kind enough to give me a late start on Saturdays.
Wait, do you do the concert?
Yes, I do the concert.
Oh,
I will be here.
I'm off after this. I'm going out to get loaded.
I think
In downtown Chicago.
I think they realize if they give me a late start on Saturday that I'll really give it all on Friday night. I will not hold back.
You
for the
have been
concert.
giving it all on Friday night.
I left it all out here.
We did. We both did. It was awesome.
A little over there, a little over here, a little over there.
They were cleaning it up this morning when we came
A
in.
little on David, a little on DJ. Someone was in there with a mop.
Exactly. You left it all out here.
Oh, shit.
Shall we launch?
Let's launch.
Let's launch. Over here. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering, as like actors, artists, what is something that you felt your character was lacking, or something that you could have changed if you could have?
Well, that's a good question.
That's a really good question. Because it's potentially insulting to the creators or the writers of the show, but let's make it collaborative and yes and, as opposed to, like, my character sucked for these reasons. And
I
should
thought
have
Garth
had
would be
this.
taller.
What? Garth, you're already tall.
Yeah, but I don't film tall. The number one thing I
You
hear
don't
in
film
life.
tall?
I don't.
You don't film tall?
Then how many people here thought that I was shorter in real life? Most of the people who come up to me in my daily life say that I'm taller than they imagine. Garth filmed short. I thought he would be taller. You ask, I get to say what I want. This is my panel too.
I'm not judging. Am I saying you can't? I always thought of you as tall. I never thought you
No,
were
but
short on
my characters film short.
Your characters film
They
short.
really do. It's a problem.
I've never heard that.
It's because I have long legs and a short torso.
I really would have liked Ketch to have been Sam and Dean's stepdad. I think that would have been a really... Ooh. I really like that reaction a lot.
Wait, does that mean that you would be with Mary?
Yeah.
I'm with Mary. Garth would be with Mary.
What?
I think Garth would be with Mary.
You're out of your mind.
You don't know. Nice guys always do dirty things behind closed doors.
Listen.
Well, I actually did dirty things with Mary.
Okay, what about a throuple?
That's canon.
Throuple?
Listen.
Okay, you down?
Well,
DJ, you down?
Sam is one of my best friends in real life. I'm wildly uncomfortable now. I wish I never engaged in this. She sent me an email like 20 minutes ago. This will be in my response.
I was talking about the character, not Sam. How dare you? Also, I think it would have been nice I would have really have loved to have seen, I've said this before actually, this is a good one, I think, is to have a Ketch Crowley scene. We knew they had a relationship of some sort. I would have loved to have just seen Ketch and Crowley do something together. That would have been
That's
cool.
something.
Why are you so dirty?
I was in a scene with Crowley.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
My very
You're
first
sitting
scene,
next to a Hallmark guy.
my very first day, I worked with Mark. I didn't like him at first. It took about 2 years.
Oh yeah,
Now,
I think
but now I love
normal.
him. Now he's like my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I started liking Mark Shepard, I was in Studio City and I was at a yogurt shop with a 4-year-old who was about to poop his pants. So I picked him up and started running with him like I didn't know where I was going. And Mark Shepard stepped out of a cigar store like this. Is this your first child bathroom emergency? I'm like, yes. He's like, that way.
Wait, who was the 4-year-old?
It was my nephew.
Oh, so you knew him? Okay.
I didn't just take a 4-year-old
That makes the
child.
story better.
I won't
You
even
gotta poop. Let's go.
Yeah, I won't even watch rent Disney movies because I don't want to get. I'm a single man. I don't want to get on a watch list. I mean, I had a connection to this child.
Oh, Henry
Should have had more episodes.
Thank you.
Let's just
You
move
beat
on.
me to it. Yeah, Henry was lacking in episodes.
be
Let's say
raging.
that. Lacking in storyline. That would have been nice. You know what else would have been nice is like, I don't know, like some sort of romantic scene. I'm not gonna get dirty with this. Don't look at me like that. Some sort of romantic scene with Millie. That would have been fun. You know, I'm a loyal, devoted husband, but I would be all right with that. It's work, you know? It's work. Just put on my dance belt and extra tight.
I feel like we're gonna we've done this joke callback enough times across enough panels. When are people gonna start bringing dance belts to the autograph table?
But this is only day 2.
Well, no, but we did.
Oh, we did talk
other
about it.
panels.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I feel like
I think it's got legs.
Jesus.
3 of them.
it's 4 legs. All right. Anyone else? Garth?
I already said it. I felt like he would be taller.
Taller.
I'm standing behind that answer.
More episodes.
Good. Yeah.
A loving relationship with Mary. Thank you. Great question.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi there. I also want to just apologize if this question's already been asked, but it takes like a stretch of imagination for you guys. But if there was a spin-off for Men of Letters, like obviously timeline doesn't really work, but how would you connect your characters together? And then with DJ, how would you write yourself into the series as well?
The Men of Letters stuff?
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't the multiverse solve everything? Isn't that the writer's trick, just to have multiverses?
Yes.
And then you can have all the timelines and all the melds and the portals and things. But you know, there's that.
And no one's ever dead.
No one's ever dead.
Never did. I
That
do like
option.
that about the show.
Yeah.
Y'all died, didn't you?
I died in my first episode.
I died twice.
And I'll never forget, I was going to set, and the driver was like, oh, you died in this episode, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's all right, though. And he was like, don't worry. Nobody's really dead in this show.
That's right.
I was pretty fucking dead.
But then you were a ghost, right?
And
now you're a spirit.
I was an apparition, a spirit of sorts.
An apparition.
Yes.
It's really hard for me to think about making amendments to my own storyline because I was thoroughly, like, I'm in love with Garth's storyline. He was sort of the hope that you could move beyond this world and have, like, beyond the hunting world and have something that was normal and healthy. And still kick a little ass. So he got to come back and kick ass at the end, even though he is dressed like a person from the 1950s. It's really hard for me to imagine any other way. I mean, they wrote me the most beautiful send-off. I mean, I cried when I read it. It was so nice. So I can't imagine writing myself into another storyline.
Well, David had a great idea about the international...
Like sort of an international, so if we have the British Men of Letters, what if all countries, most countries in the world, sort of a United Nations of Men of Letters? So you have the Brazilian Men of Letters or the Japanese Men of Letters, and you get this sort of worldwide coalition as they go global. Like
the Canadian men.
The Canadian Men of Letters, right? Buddy, frickin' rights. Let's go hunt. Let's go fucking hunt a Sasquatch, buddy, and then get a 2-4 beer and hang out by the fire. That'd be a good time. Let's fucking go get her. But, you know, like that. But, like, you could have, like, ninja letters and, like, Brazilian jiu-jitsu kind of thing. You could have this cultural thing, like an antidote to the WHO or the WEF or whichever. And you just have this badass international team, diverse, interesting, cool kind of characters leading the charge of some global monster apocalypse.
That's a great idea, actually.
Just that'd be cool.
Yeah, just that'd be cool. Just an idea.
Yeah, and you could come back in time and lead us and could be risen from the dead and be like a phantasm. Maybe if he went to hell, Rowena could make him her manservant.
Oh, I like it.
He could wear like all leather three-piece suits.
Assless chap.
Yes, whatever you want. And then they would go do some fighting. We like the fighting of the monsters, right? And the things, and the guns. Yay. Thank you for the question. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So there's a lot of pain in Supernatural, right? So what's the worst pain or the worst injury you've ever had?
I thought you said taint.
No, not a taint.
Let's talk about that.
Did you say taint?
I thought you said there's a lot of taint.
There is a lot of taint. It's also true.
That did not.
There's a lot of taint in Supernatural.
Sorry, now that I'm hearing your question correctly.
Why are you so dirty?
I'm sitting next to Captain Dance Belt over here. It's Inception. Okay. Pain.
Pain.
Pain. I hate injury stories. Like I can't hear medical things.
You don't want these things?
No, I turned down a guest star on ER because of it. Because of the tubing. Y'all do it and I'll close my ears.
Do you want earmuffs?
I hate medical stories. I hate them.
Did you know I was on ER? This has become a thing. He's like, I know. You tell me every time we hang out.
Y'all do this. Is it graphic? Is the bathroom
Mine's not
graphic?
too graphic.
Okay.
He's got a good one.
But if you want to earmuff it.
I don't even like the term torn meniscus. I don't know what it means, but I don't like how it sounds. Go for it. I hate medical things.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm gonna tell this story. Nobody's ever asked. I haven't told. Okay, when I was in high school.
Okay.
When I was in high school, my senior year, I grew up in Southeast Texas, and we were at a party. Why are you laughing already? Surfside Beach, which is like south of Galveston. She was there. We were at a party, like a high school house party on the beach, and down there the beach houses are on stilts, right? So they're elevated. And I'm at this party. It's packed. Everybody's underage. Everybody's drinking. And of course, the cops come. Somebody calls the cops, and the cops come. I want to say storming. It was maybe a brisk walk, but from the beach toward the house. And I went into full like panic mode and
How old were you?
did the dumbest thing I've ever done. I was 18. The dumbest thing I've ever done. Well, one of them. I've done a couple. But I went out onto the balcony. And there's a long set of stairs going down with a railing. And for some reason, instead of just walking or running down the stairs to get the fuck out of there, because everybody's like scattering, I made about a few steps down and decided to jump over the railing, which is like over 10, I'm at this point over 10 feet high. And it was wet from like, I don't know, mist or whatever, and my foot slipped and I fell like over 10 feet onto my lower back and hit the ground so freaking hard and knocked the wind out of me like you wouldn't believe. And my adrenaline was pumping so much and I was a little intoxicated. But I jumped up and I walked as far as I could to like a friend's beach house that was like 5 or 6 houses down. And I ended up in the emergency room, and I compressed a vertebrae in my lower back.
Is your back okay now?
I'm fine now, except like, I remember being in the hospital, and the doctor said, "You're going to be okay. You lost a quarter inch off your height." Yeah, for real. He said, "You're going to be fine." It was super painful. It was a long recovery. But he said, when you're probably in your 40s, you might start to feel it, like on a cold morning or like a cold, rainy morning. And it does. Sometimes I'll wake up and I feel that fucker, man. It hurts so bad. Yeah, that's my worst injury. What about you, David?
I was so fortunate to be able to do all of my fight stunts on Supernatural, except for 2 shots, which is where I got thrown into a table by Jensen, like, and it smashed. And then Asmodeus also plunged me through a table. So those are the only two I was allowed to do.
How many tables did you go through?
None. Oh, that's my point. But I was having a fight with
DJ?
Jeffrey Vincent Parise. No, let him be in Mirror Us. He's probably taking a nap anyway, so he's looking for an excuse. And it was a really intense fight. It was going really well. We had great choreography. And I threw myself against the plaster column. This is in Crowley's, or Agatha Crowley's lair, set. And I hit it with my head like that, and I snapped back, and a piece of plaster that looks exactly the same size as a human tooth flew off into the air, and the whole crew just went, "Oh, fuck!" and came rushing over to me, because it looked like, boom, ping, like it thrown off like that.
Jared was laughing.
And then I was like, have you ever been a kid and you remember like where you got hurt and cut but you didn't know you had the pain? And the adult's face is what makes you cry? Because you're like, what's the matter with the adult? Is it bad? Oh, my leg is gone! But you're like, I'm happy, that was fun, I got gravel. And so it was kind of like that. I got really fucking scared because the whole crew came over to me. I was like, what the fuck happened? I feel great, that was fun. And they're like, what happened to your teeth? What happened to your teeth? I was like, nothing. So I didn't really get injured, but the false injury made me feel like I had been injured for like 5 seconds. Does that make sense? The other thing that it didn't happen to me, but and this was Sam Smith's stunt double from my fight when Ketch fights Mary in the Men of Letters bunkers, is I was supposed to throw her across the floor, which I did, but she's supposed to do most of the work, right? I just sort of give the energy, and she tripped herself with her own foot. Oh. And landed right on her fucking forehead. And I felt, and it's like, when you used to be able to lock your keys in your car, maybe some people still can, and you have the keys on the seat, and it's in slow motion, and you're saying to yourself, why am I fucking locking my keys in my car? It's happening right now. I'm watching it in slow motion, and it's still happening, lock. And I was like, no, please, why? And it just went like, boom, like that. This is why we have stunt people. She was such a pro, so nice. And she was like, no, I'm fine. I was like, oh, are you good? I'm so sorry. Don't worry. That's why we do this. Like, it was fun. I had a good time, actually. Like, I tripped myself. You didn't do anything. Don't worry about it. But then, do you remember the show The Flintstones? The original Flintstones? She literally got one of those Fred Flintstone bumps that grew out of a forehead like a unicorn horn. I swear to God. And it was like, I'm ready to go again. And we're like, yeah, you don't match. Because she literally had a Hanna-Barbera lump coming out of her forehead. We all felt very bad, but we laughed. We laughed. Hey, we got some ice, and that was fine. DJ, you're safe. Thank you for that question. Hopefully it wasn't too grisly. Well, it was for DJ. There he is. There you go. Earmuffs, you're fine.
You're good, bud. I saw all the facial expressions from backstage. I made the right choice to leave. All right.
So anyway, I got cut so bad.
No! I hate it. I really hate medical stuff.
I'm joking.
Hello.
Hey, I'm actually asking this question for a friend. This is for Hadyn Jones, by the way.
Hi.
Hi. My friend is a big fan of yours, and they want to know, you've had different roles on like Hallmark movies, right?
Have I?
And stuff like that. And they love Catch. Out of those like roles and everything, what's been your favorite so far?
Ooh, I really do try to just love every role immensely for its own package and be in the now package. Sorry. Taint. Are we going to play like word category? What are we going to do? Like Mad Libs or something? But Catch. I mean, it has to be Catch, and it's not pandering to the audience at all. It was the most challenging, biggest swing. Like when I play a single dad on a Hallmark movie, a middle-class white guy, you know, who's got a kid. It's not a huge swing. It's not a huge stretch. There's not a lot of research I have to do about playing like an architect, for example, which was what my degree was in. So you're like, you just kind of show up, you be pleasant, you build the world of the family. But for this, because it's like literally supernatural, and there's magic, and there's monsters, and there's religion, and spiritual world, and da-da-da-da-da, and like you say, multiverses, and time zones, and the alternate universe. And then to be able to have to really try to get an accent down in your mouth is really terrifying and challenging, and really trying to commit to that. But also just, I have a pretty happy, blessed life, and Ketch did not. So doing the work of an actor, like how do you get your mind around being a sort of a sociopathic, brainwashed killer? You gotta kind of do some weird work in your brain. So yeah, like just in terms of the challenge, and then to be able to work with J2M as such leaders and kind leaders and collegial, and this incredible crew just that had been there for so long, like most of them, you just were coming into this really well-oiled machine with incredible artistry. And then I had no idea that these existed at all when I auditioned for the role. So then to have this added bonus, which we're also grateful, we talk about it in the green room all the time, especially with Work Stoppage coming, we are so excited that you love this show so much that you show up at these live events and support us and make us feel so fucking good about the work. So we really, really do appreciate that. It really means a lot. So yeah, it's got to be supernatural. Easy. That's not a pander, I promise.
No, it's a cool fucking character, man.
Dude,
I finally got around to watching some of his episodes, and I was like jealous. Stuff you got to do. So
fun.
You have wrecked me. Half of that I almost started laughing at, because I was waiting for something dirty to come out. Every time you said something that was marginally dirty, like, we were coming to, and I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh. Now everything's going blue for me. Yeah, and I'm wonderful, and virginal, and sweet. I never think about dirty things. You wrecked me.
Sure.
I'm a changed man.
Thank you for that question, and thank your friend for me. Hi.
Hello. I was just wondering how you think a scene would go between Ketch and Henry.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
If they met. Well, I'd like to think it would be collegial at first. If Henry didn't really know about the sort of Knights Templar purity campaign of the British Men of Letters, he might have been like, "Hey, buddy, nice to meet you. hey there, good to see you. Put it there. How you do? Hey, let me Hank. What's the rumpus? Hey, Hank, good to meet you. Let's go get some whiskey." And it'd be fun. We'd hang out at the Men of Letters.
Sure.
We played some cards.
Right.
We played some cards.
For sure.
And then as you sort of maybe unpacked sort of what the British Men of Letters was all about, you think?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what we do.
Yeah.
How much of the Men of Letters lore did you get into? How much did the writers tell you? I've always been interested in this. So thanks for that question, because I'm interested what he was told about Henry's role.
Well, to be honest with you, my first episode kind of, if I'm not mistaken, introduced the Men of Letters.
When was that?
My first episode?
Yeah.
Season 8, episode 12, thank you. I was going to say 13, 12, thank you. Yeah, so, I didn't get a whole lot from them. I think it kind of evolved. I mean, the bunker, for instance, amazing. I never saw it.
Oh, you did?
I literally never saw the bunker. No, I think it was built after my first episode, and you never see Henry in there. So I did 2 episodes, so I didn't get a whole lot of information at that point. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Henry maybe wouldn't have totally respected your methods per se, but at the end of the day, if you're doing the work and you're getting it done, I think he would respect that about Ketch, right?
Now, are you just asking the polite version of who would win in a fight?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Look,
Catch, 1,000%.
But I would put up a fight. I would give you, you would win,
Listen,
for sure. But
Bill would win in real life, for sure.
I don't know, dude.
No, I think
Should we find out?
I want to find out.
Listen, let's be honest, we like each other so much right now, it would just turn into Greco-Roman wrestling and dance golf. Let's just be 100%.
And just
We'd be like, you!
a lot of sweat.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no.
Would you guys like to see that?
I'd watch that. But Catch, I think it'd be a great fight, but I think Catch is so dirty too. I think, because that's the other thing. I think you would fight honorably with your fisticuffs. You'd be like,
Yeah, put him on, put her there.
and I'd be like, pop, pop, poo, pop, pop, pop. And then you take your balls.
Tase my balls. Never thought I'd hear that on
Well,
stage.
I tased Mary. I fight dirty.
Oh, yeah.
I fight really dirty.
You had
Get the
so
job
many
done.
cool weapons.
I did. And
Tasers and bazookas and such.
keys up my asshole to get out of handcuffs. I had a whole remember he had a whole med kit up his butt.
Wait, what episode is that?
When Alexander Ketch comes back
Why are you putting stuff up your butt?
to get out of handcuffs.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's like the military thing. You get the nice little metal capsule, you go, boop,
Yeah, sure.
and you're getting out of anything. Lockpick.
Who hasn't been there, you know?
Not many, I hope. But thank you. Hope that answered your question. Hope that answered your question.
Hi.
Hey.
I was just wondering if you have ever botched an interview or not an interview, an audition, I'm sorry, or gotten a role where then you were required to talk a certain way or put on an accent and you just totally ended up flubbing it because it wasn't what you
She's asking.
I was like, Dave, would you like to speak to the room? I didn't. Basically, what you're saying is I didn't buy you for a second. Is what you're saying.
Have I ever bombed an audition?
I don't necessarily mean bomb, just, that you went into it thinking you could do the voice or accent that they
Right.
and it just wasn't. Like, my sister got cast as a French girl and ended up talking like she was a Beatle crossed with Mrs. McMurray from Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Bless. Oh gosh, bless. Oh my God, I'm getting the fop sweats just thinking about it. Audition PTSD.
I don't think I've ever auditioned or worked and had to do an accent. I mean, if anything, just trying to stay. Sometimes I'll slide into my Texas thing. So, but I've definitely fucked up some auditions.
Well, that's
along the way.
we all have.
That's
part of the
That's
deal,
part of the
right?
gig.
Yeah.
Kind of fun story, real quick, and I'll get to DJ. But I never botched it because, Catch obviously worked out for me, so I felt like did okay. But one of my first auditions ever, fresh off the boat in Los Angeles, I had just come down from Canada from starting my career in Toronto, and one of my first auditions was a guest star on the original Walker, Texas Ranger.
Wow.
Chuck Norris.
The original Chuck Norris.
How old are you?
I was like 22, fresh off the boat, like so young. And just a baby and just like big Los Angeles from Canada. I was like, and I did the audition. I thought it went pretty good. I felt like, it was good. She was like, that was really nice. She goes, Canadian, right?
Oh.
No. It's like, yeah. I was like, well, how'd you know, eh? Was it my toque? Did I smell like poutine? What's going on? And she's like, okay, you're really lovely, you're gonna do well, but you gotta really work on your standard American accent. She's like, so really watch your SORRYs. Sorry. So I still to this day, my OUTs, out and about, I put an A above them, so it's out and about. And also SORRY, I would scratch out, I put SARI, still to this day. That's why it was so nice when Ketch came along. I was like, oh, sorry. I got to actually lean right in. It was lovely. But yeah, no, I got called out for being a Canadian, like for Walker, Texas Ranger in the original. You got the floor.
That's happened when I first went to LA and started auditioning. I didn't know I had a southern accent. I kind of did though. I knew a little bit, but I thought I could get rid of it. So I just for Kangaroo Jack. And remember that movie? And it was me and Jerry Bruckheimer were in a room, and he was like, "Can you do that again without a southern accent?" And I did it, and he went like this, "No, you can't." And I was like, "Damn!" But more than auditioning, early in my career, because I did a movie that did well, I just got offered things, right? So I never was put in a situation that I couldn't get out of until I was. This was later in my career. I was cast in Fargo, and I read it, but I didn't read it closely enough. It was Fargo, so you're going to do Fargo. So I get there, and they take me to a stunt rehearsal right when I land in Calgary, and the stunt guy shows me a reverse roundhouse kick from a crouch position to knock a syringe out of somebody's hand. And I did this. "Are you familiar with my work?" I can't do this. I was shitting myself. And so I was like, and I'm in Fargo and I can't do the work. And I was really, really scared. And Ewan McGregor happened to be there, and he said, "There's a vestibule. We all live in the same building. There's a vestibule where the elevators are." He's like, "Just go in there and just practice it every night." And I did. And he showed up on the day that I shot it, and I was able to do it. But that happens a lot. You know, there's stories that you lie until you get the job, so I've never failed myself in that way, but I've certainly white-knuckled a lot of things. And when Jensen and I had to do that tap dancing sequence, thank you, one of the writers passed by my table at Burbank, a creation show, was like, "Hey, do you dance?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can dance." And then I fly up there, and it is a 3-minute long choreographed tap dancing routine. And so then I was like, "I can't do this." And so then they scheduled 1 hour of rehearsal, and Jensen was like, "We need more than that." But the first rehearsal, though, he was like, "I got you. I don't know this either." And it was a lot, right? He had 15 minutes lead time on me because I was finishing up work. I get there, and he knows the whole damn thing. And so it was torture from beginning to end, but we did it. So doubting, yes, but failing, no. Because you can't fail.
That's right.
Because if you fail, bad things happen. I don't know what happens when the sky falls down. I don't know what happens, but you just don't fail. You're never sick, and you don't fail. A lot of people don't realize this. When an actor calls out sick for work, if you ever do that, every time you're employed, you have to mention that you caused an insurance day. Ooh. Forever. And it makes you more expensive to insure. Actors can't get sick. I've had cortisone shots in my voice box before to talk, whatever they can do to prop you up to get you to work.
What about medical things?
Yeah. See, I can say my own medical things, but I can't hear anybody else's.
They have to call it, though. Yeah, you can't call it for yourself.
Yeah.
They will call it, and they're cool.
Yeah, they have to prevent you from working.
I don't feel like coming in today. No, hell no.
There's none of that.
None of that in the show business.
None of it.
Hi. Thank you. Great question. Hope we answered it. It was lovely. Hello.
Hi. So my question is for all you. If you could do something, you're still the same people, still the same characters, but if you could do something differently to, like, with your character, what would you do differently?
So kind of tagging on to, if our characters in the story, there's something extra or different we'd like them to do, is that correct?
Yeah.
Or maybe something that was written that we wouldn't have wanted to do?
Yeah, if you
Sure.
written what you didn't want to do and you kind of sort of did that thing differently.
I wish Garth, I was really upset when Garth became a werewolf. I've spoken about that before because I thought it meant my death. And also I missed my hunter coat. It was as simple as that. I love putting on that coat. There's a feeling in that coat that I really, really loved, and when it was taken from me, and I felt that it was taken from me, it was upsetting. I liked the storyline. Like I said, I liked how my story ended up, but I missed Monster of the Week. I missed it. It was fun. It was fun going to chase things down and doing stunts and getting hurt, and suddenly I'm giving somebody 18 fillings, and which is funny, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun like that. Like being a hunter is fun, and I miss that.
If Ketch hadn't died twice, and actually had, like, when his redemption arc in 15, and he got in the hospital, and like the boys had sort of semi-begrudgingly let him become part of their pack to go help save the world, and then he had his heart ripped out. Don't snicker. Someone right down went. So mean. But I love the idea, and I know this is headcanon, but that, you know, when Tony Bevel gets on the private jet and she says goodbye to that little boy, I like the idea that that's Ketch's kid. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's much nicer than, oh, no, I like that. And I like the idea because so much of this show is about seeking fathers. It would have been really nice for me in my own mind, because I like the character, but you know, this is all about me, but like, is what would Ketch redemption be to becoming a father to a young man? And what would that look like? I think there could be kind of interesting acting in that, but of course, none of you would watch it, but I would be interested in doing that.
I don't know if I've said this. I wish I hadn't died so early.
I haven't heard that from you.
No. Hey, look, I'm so grateful that this thing came full circle for me, and I got to do the Winchesters like beyond. And Drake was so freaking good and so perfect. I mean, I literally met him that day. You know, he was the first person I met when I got out of the van to show up to set. I met him first, and he's a phenomenal actor. But it would have been really cool to get to do a scene with Matt or Jeffrey, obviously, at some point. Like if Henry could have had something with those two guys, that would have been fun. So, but you know, it is what it is. I'm grateful. Thank you.
AI will create those scenes for us.
Hi.
Hello. First of all, I just wanted to thank you guys for karaoke last night. I will remember that for the rest of my life.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
And my question is for all of you. I just wanted to know, like, personally, when you guys are like singing in the shower or just, you know, whatever you guys like to do in your free time. What?
Was that dirty?
I was wondering what your favorite song to sing is, and if you want to sample it, please do.
Oh, I have one that I always sing, Simply the Best by Tina Turner. I sing it all the time. I sing it Simply the Best by Tina Turner. I sang it the other night at karaoke, like in my neighborhood after she died. Like it's the song, I've loved it since childhood. I always love it. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it.
Oh man.
But I'm not going to sing it. I sang last night. I'll sing it to you tomorrow. Come to my table.
One of my favorite songs is Willie Nelson, "Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground." Oh. It's like not that popular of a. I mean, it's not one of his most popular songs, but it's like, if you had not have fallen, I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground. Yeah. I patched up your broken wings, hung around a while, try to keep your spirits up and your fever down. I knew someday that you would fly away, but love's the greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Thank you. Thank you. I love that song. I've always wanted to sing that song. So yeah, thank you.
I have nothing to add. Except, what was really cool for me up here with this glorious tenor meets baritone meets basso profundo, when he was hitting that low note, literally the drum kit was vibrating because it was so powerful up here. I'm not kidding. I was like sitting right here, was going, just like my nethers.
Just like your nethers. You're welcome.
Thank you. Greco-Roman wrestling will happen tonight. Hi.
Hiya, boys.
So,
Hi.
out of all monsters, creatures, mythical, or historical beings on the show, who's your favorite? Could be Elliot Ness, Jefferson Starships, or even the Scooby Gang. Who is your guys' favorite?
Of all the monsters, all the crazy, like the supernatural creatures or ideas. Yeah. I'm a Leviathan person. I just think those are really cool. I just love the way they looked. I like the whole thing.
Wait, these creatures come
Supernatural.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Do your cold read on it. Just ask her more questions like you did yesterday. Where you're like, yeah, so tell me some more about these creatures. Are there like 3 or 4 that you're interested in? Because
What's your favorite?
oh, that's mine too. You're laughing so hard right now because you're fucking busted. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about the recognition laugh.
I like the cat from Yellow Fever.
Don't you?
That's my favorite. The cat. I know some things.
You were just telling me the other day that you like the shogi, the Japanese monster you can only see when you're drunk. Remember that? We were talking about that just yesterday. Yeah. Mr. Frizzles, he's not a monster.
Isn't he though? No.
Oh yeah, Mr. Frizzles is in that episode. That's where he got introduced. I do remember that.
But the nice thing is,
I was sober that day.
you're your own monster, Garth. Right? That's
I know.
You can be your own favorite.
Yeah, but that seems egotistical.
I love that.
Okay, I'd be Garth.
Okay. Did they ever do, like I haven't seen all of them and I'm working through, so I'm gonna do the Gill here. Did they ever have a Sasquatch on the show? Or a Yeti?
Sasquatch?
Yeti?
They never did?
Oh man.
That is a goddamn shame. I'm sorry.
It's not
sorry.
real. Don't make them mad.
Chuck, damn
Don't anger them.
shame. For the kids. For the kids. They should have had a Sasquatch. That mention. I'm talking about a Monster of the Week with Randy Ketch up in northern Canada, monster hunting. Riding a moose, a.k.a. Jared. Although I'd watch that too. I'd watch the shit out of that.
There's probably some AI fanfic photos of that for circulating as we speak. I've seen some things.
Oh, I've seen some.
Here's what's crazy. Let's just talk about this for a second because you just brought it. Because Jared and I were talking hardcore about how AI is gonna. We were just having this chat in the green room, talking about how scripts are going to be written and how our faces are going to be copyrighted and how there's going to be enough footage of us, just like they did with the Indiana Jones, to put us in movies without our consent potentially. No, well, not me, but famous people.
I'm going to be put in movies without my consent?
Yeah. But just...
Do you get paid for it?
But that's just what we're talking about. But check this out. Who here has gone to AO3 or Archive of Your Own? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
The one hand went out, you're like, yeah. Imagine if they CG that shit.
The horror.
I've seen and read some Ketch and Dean stuff.
Oh, you're talking about that. Okay, I'm back with you.
Imagine if you could just go into ChatGPT or whatever, fancy version of AI filmmaking. Did you see those crazy commercials that were coming out that were being made, like the burger commercials? And the
pizza one?
Like terrible, like mouths were gaping
family,
over.
but with more
that's
cheese.
1.0. But in 3 years, 4 years, at the rate it's going, you're going to be able to type in this happening to this, and that happens to that. I'm not going to say anymore because
you can just create it yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And you can make AO3 come to life and sell
we don't
those
get paid
videos.
for that, do we?
And we don't get paid.
Oh, so you can make it for yourself, for your own enjoyment.
Apparently, you're getting an idea. So it's just like mine to keep
So I'm not going on strike about AI.
What was the question?
I don't know. Which side were we on?
I don't know. Sorry, I went down a hole.
Thank you. It's going to be like when kids are like, if Megatron and this and that all got into a fight, except it's going to be the other way. What if they didn't fight? Okay. know about this stuff, but I want to learn. I really don't.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm sweating.
Here, you borrow my hanky. Borrow Hank's hank.
My question is, a lot of actors claim that they don't like to watch themselves, their work and stuff like that. But my question to you is have you guys seen all of the Supernatural shows? Have you seen them all yourself?
All episodes?
Even including yourselves in it?
No, I said I'm still working through it. I've been reverse engineering. I want to start at the beginning, so I have.
Everybody knows I've seen all of it like 3 times.
So
It's really weird to watch it because you know these people. It's like watching your friends pretend. It's bizarre. And the last thing I want to do is watch myself do anything. Like people that make sex tapes, I'm fascinated by. I can't even watch myself eat a sandwich on camera. I don't want to see that. I spend most of my time trying to get away from myself. I don't want to indulge in my free time to watch my friends do things that they like pretend. I do not like it. My buddy once got nominated for an Oscar, and they were like, "Have you seen Homeboy's thing?" And I had a housewarming party. He did mushrooms, and we found him naked and crying in my upstairs bathroom. And I was like, "No, I didn't watch that. I've already seen too much." So no, I can't watch it. I've seen parts of it though. It's a good show. Yeah.
What a pivot! What a pivot! Holy shit! I got whiplash on that one. Like no, never. But it's great. A lot of it. That's amazing.
I like what it represents.
You know, I really have been trying to watch some episodes lately because, look, I'll be honest with you guys, like, you know, there's a lot of episodes. It's kind of daunting. And, you know, there's part of me that, selfishly, like, you know, I worked on it and I loved it. And then when I didn't get to, like, I wasn't called to do more and more, it just kind of like, it was kind of hard for me to watch it, you know what I mean? But then I started doing these. Obviously, I've done a lot of these, and so I made this promise to David that I was going to watch some of his episodes because we do a panel together on Fridays. And so I dove into season 12, and like I was like, man, I'm like really enjoying this. And I don't love watching myself, but like it's been kind of fun to see like these friends of mine like that I've been hanging out with. I hadn't seen a lot of their episodes, so it's been kind of fun.
Well, and I watched it because I knew I was going to work with you, so I watched your stuff online before I met you in Rome. Remember, I'll never forget meeting you in Rome the first time.
Yeah.
And on a rooftop bar and just being like,
That's right.
Man, I was just like, I love that character. I loved your sort of the period work that you did on that sort of Mad Men era kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, and we just like, great. Let's have a drink together, and like, boom, like 2 actors, and here we are.
And here we are.
And you're a Winchester. You're still a Winchester, so that's what matters.
Hey man, I have it tattooed on my ass.
What?
You guys want to see?
I do. What is it? What is it?
God damn, if there was a dance belt, that would have been perfect.
Oh, just brought it home. Just wrapped it up.
You can't move
Wrapped it up.
so that is a bridge too far. Hi.
Hi. So this question is based on an interaction that my mom and I overheard and saw earlier with you, David. Making a video for somebody that was rather risque and raunchy. So I want to know how often you guys kind of have to do those things or choose to do those things when fans.
What was it? What did you do? What? How often we're required to do raunchy things for people's request on camera? That sounds like OnlyFans.
Like for photo ops?
Which I'm saving till the very end when the money dries up.
Was this a photo op thing?
Wait, what did you do that was?
Take it easy.
Raunchy.
Listen. What? All the things that we've said today in yesterday's panel was 10 times raunchier what I did today.
What'd you do?
So I do videos and selfies at my table.
Yeah.
And this lovely person. May I say her name? Yeah. Wow, way back in the bleachers. Ashlyn Grace. Aislinn. Irish.
Okay.
She showed me this clip from Kingsman 2, correct? And it's this speech of like, it's this wonderful little speech of like, do you want to get a ride home on a real cowboy? I've got 6 cold ones on ice. Do you know this speech? And so I just practiced it 4 times. I said, you know, my roomie's not home tonight, so you can scream my name as loud as you'd like to there, sugar.
This This happens at these cons? I'm not familiar with any of this.
Yeah, and so what you caught, or what your mom caught, and I hope she understood the context,
Apologize.
and didn't post it to Twitter immediately.
Apologize.
David is talking about making a lady scream as loud as she wants to and calling her sugar.
Wow.
Easy.
Glad
It was a paid performance.
That's what they all say.
It was make-believe. I was in character. And she did scream my name as loud as she wanted to. So that's it. Really, just simply live OnlyFans. But hey, come on, well, hey. So that's it. I was doing a bit. It was just to make sure the internet knows I was doing a bit. I was paid for the bit. It's a bit that you can watch on other bits of movie bits. There we go.
I love it.
Look at DJ's like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying one into the story.
I'm shocked that I don't know this happens around me.
You're right around the corner, though.
I am around the
We're
corner.
sequestered.
I
Hi.
can't see anything.
I'm not sure. Don't think you can make this question dirty. I was just.
All right.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Let's go.
Gauntlet thrown.
I was just curious what, if anything, you guys are working on that we might be able to see in the future.
Oh, damn it. Shit.
Well, apparently that video is going to get posted online now.
Yeah. He shot something today.
You have my consent, Aishlin.
Oh. Not much for me at the moment. It's going to be it's going to be a slow summer.
Well, we're all going to be slow.
But, yeah.
I'm so lucky I just finished a
Everything
movie.
stopped.
You just finished a movie, too.
I did.
Yeah.
You want to go first? I'll go first. I'm closer.
Go. Go.
I just finished a movie called Evil Lou, and I'm on a new HBO show called How to Be a Bookie. Both will be coming out probably in the fall.
And unfortunately, you can make this dirty because the working title of my new movie is called Swing into Romance.
Swing.
And don't you think for 1 second we weren't making Hallmark After Dark jokes on the set every day. But this is progressive, isn't it? Where's the key party at? Anyways, hi.
Thank you.
Hi. My question's for DJ.
Great.
I was wondering if, so I know you probably get a lot of people recognizing you from Supernatural and your other work, but has anyone ever recognized you from Scrubs? Because
All the time. It's so weird. It's because it's the thing that I think of the least when I think of my career. I mean, not because it was awful or anything. I never think about it. It also was so long ago. It was the first time I ever guest spotted on television. And so, but yeah, all the time people come up to me. And the thing about that is that my hair looks terrible in that episode. They didn't want to mess with me, so the hair and makeup people taught me to not get anything done. They just didn't want to deal with me. And I looked awful. And I actually got a fan letter from England saying they love my performance, but my hair was rather unfortunate, and they hoped it was a wig. That happened. Yeah. So, yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Wait, one episode?
Yeah, just one episode. People talk to me about it all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your hair.
Thank you. I learned how to do hair like a month ago.
It's a great wig, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The problem with hair is that it just happens in the morning and I'm always so cranky. So and it takes patience and time and a blow dryer. And I didn't have any of those until recently. Yeah, but thank you, whoever said that.
You probably didn't care that much back then? I don't know. Did you care?
I did because I was brand new and people were writing such mean things about me. Like when I first started in Hollywood, people had a field day with me. And I was like, well, I'm not going anywhere, so you better get used to it.
Yeah.
But also people, there was this whole thing where I was being lauded for not looking like everybody else, but also this whole other thing that loved to tear you down. And that's also what was happening in Young Hollywood at the time. They would build people up just to knock them down as fast as they could. And so they were trying to do that to me, and I was like, well, First of all, I'm a lot older than I told you guys I was, so I'm more mature than this. But also, I had no choice. I was like, this has to work. So you can't let it in too much, but of course it does. I once got a fan letter from Japan, that just said, "I want you die." I kept it. It was hilarious.
I want you die?
I want you die. I was like, somebody hates me so badly. They went and got a first class airmail stamp and sent that to me. I kept that letter. I was like, I get it. I totally get it. Sometimes I want me to die too. But I can't because I'm all I got. Wow. Yeah.
All right. Hi.
Hi, I got a question for all of you. If you guys had a chance, or you guys had to play as a demon, which demon would you play?
Oh. I love you right now.
What are your 3 favorite demons?
Oh my God, it's awesome. Let's make this panel go on for an hour longer and ask us only those questions. It's not like that, I'm not.
I feel like there's something's happening. I feel like they're stretching it. I feel like this is longer than usual. We run out of line. But
Oh yeah. No. It's because we were late.
No, we weren't.
We were?
there's something happened. I've been on stage alone and I had to go an hour.
So 5 more people line up and ask us what our favorite things are from the show.
Okay, so get in line. Yeah, I'll go with Crowley.
No, but for real though, I would love to be Crowley.
No, I said that yesterday too, exactly. Like, obviously there's only one Mark Shepard, their own
Oh my
thing.
God.
If I could have played any other role, it would have been Crowley, because that role
Crowley
is
is awesome.
delicious. Family Guy. What?
Abaddon?
Oh yeah.
Abaddon's great.
I would be a great Abaddon.
Family Guy.
I know that one.
Top shape.
Yeah, I should cosplay as Abaddon sometime just to fuck with you guys.
Now you fucking have to, bro.
I dare you.
I'm gonna make you. For Halloween. You got it. No, dude, and Elena will help you. She would love to help
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be amazing.
I love
Get
Elena. I miss Elena so much.
Into Abaddon. She's
All right.
incredible.
All right.
It's a
Now
Darren.
it has to happen.
It's 100% a Darren.
I know. I might need to call Osric actually to help me.
Yeah, it's totally. Let's get Audric to. Hey, I'll listen. If you do Abaddon, you make me do a character. I'll do Dean.
No.
Oh, I wonder if I can get a black T-shirt, some jeans, and a flannel shirt.
I don't know, dude. That might be a bit of a stretch.
And you do Abaddon with all the bloody neck shit. Challenge accepted. Do we?
Oh gosh.
Howdy, fellas. I was wondering, for each of the 3 of you, was there a particular scene or episode that you had the most fun with filming on Supernatural?
So many to choose from. Oh gosh. Yeah.
I love this panel. Oh man. Like 5 come to me off the top of my head. I'm just saying. But what are yours? I love this. I was so tired before I came out here, and I'm ready to go.
We infused you.
Oh, thank God.
You did infuse me.
I infused
in
you
the
with
least
something.
dirty way possible.
Where you guys been?
Have we been stretching?
We were just
Have we
going
been
out here all
stretching?
fucking
Be
day.
honest. Have
Answer
we
the
been
question.
stretching?
She
I felt
asked
real
you.
long.
You can stretch it.
Let's be honest. Be honest with us.
I have no idea. They did. We've been in our
my
cave.
first episode. The whole fucking thing was a dream, and my favorite scene was it was with Drake getting to meet John finally. Yeah.
I love that question. Ask it again on the next panel. At the beginning. At the beginning.
What was your favorite scene?
I don't do favorites. I loved every episode. But you know what was really... I've answered this question before. When Dean and Ketch were in the snowy alternative universe was a really special episode because we had all these happy accidents with the set and thing. And it was just... I just loved that dynamic with Ketch and Dean as sort of like a weird buddy comedy. You know, it was like... We called it like... You know, it was just sort of like Mutt and Jeff going on an adventure, and it was sort of the comedy that we got to play, but then also some really like bonded brotherhood stuff, and again, acceptance. So I loved it.
When Garth confronts Dean about his ownership of the loss of Bobby, that was my favorite scene to shoot. And 4 more that I'll tell you the next time when you ask it the first time at the beginning of our panel.
4 more. Well, how was it, boys? Was it fun? It was amazing.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
in the
exciting.
give back thing, we have a contest winner, so don't storm for the exit yet. You might be a winner. You also might not be. So this prize, this is exciting.
What's the prize?
I'm gonna announce the person. What do I do first, man? The prize or the person? Person, prize?
Prize.
Prize, okay. So Robbie, the prize is a Castiel photo op. A cast photo op.
Picture with Misha Collins.
That's got a monetary value that is significant. It's not some BS Robin Rich photo. This is real money here.
You could trade that in for 5 pictures with me.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go.
That's an
The
option.
winner is Allison. She goes by Allison C42 on Twitter. Allison C42. Get on up here, Allison C42.
Allison, you win a picture with Misha Collins.
Get on up here. Get on up here. Come on here, Allison. This is great. Allison wins. All you have to do to have me hand this over to you is join me in singing a little song. A song that had permeated the weekend. Boys, walk me through it.
It's okay. It's almost over. It's almost over. Cars for kids. K-A-R-S, cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. This long little card for kids. Yay! Cars for kids. K-A-R-S, cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. This long little card for kids. Yay!
That was awesome. She even remembered the addendum verse, this song will haunt your dreams, guys. You're a Friday person. Thank you. That was awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's really, really cool. Really appreciate you participating and enjoy your cast photo op. Thank you all.